Yes, I know. It's a bit of a ridiculous thing to rant about. I know that. But I'm going to rant about it anyway. Because I do like this game. I do, honestly. And this is something that has frustrated me from the moment I played it. Especially after I completed the main storyline. I just can't stand distrust areas. No, I'm going to say it. I'm going to come out with it and just say it right now. I can't stand distrust areas. This is a part of the game where if you enter a certain town or village or area in England, all the guards just attack you. Now, right at the beginning of the game, it kind of makes sense because you're this Viking warrior and you're this scary kind of guy and you've just touched down on England. And obviously the locals are going to be pretty scared of you. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, who the hell is this guy? And they're going to want to get you out of the village and they're going to want to kill you. It makes sense at the beginning, and I could tolerate it about then. But later on in the game, especially when you complete the main storyline, and you've got that out of the way, you're no longer just some random Viking guy. You are a very important character. You're a very important figure in the politics of England. You've made alliances with all the little petty kings across Mercia and East Anglia. You know, you're pretty much the ruler of England. That's the whole point of the storyline, is to conquer England. And yet if I enter some little village somewhere, you know, you still get attacked by the guards. You still get attacked by the guards in most of the large towns. The only town where you don't get attacked is Lincoln. For some reason, the guards there are all right with you. But if you go to, like, Leicester, for example, the guards just attack you all over the place. And what makes it worse is the stealth mechanics. They're absolutely awful. Terrible, terrible stealth mechanics. I can't be the only one who thinks this. You know, so when you enter a distressed area, your character immediately puts on a cloak and a hood. It doesn't do anything, I find personally. The guards will still detect you and they'll just attack you on sight. And there's nothing you can do about it. I've tried walking really slow. I've tried sneaking around. It doesn't do anything. The guards just come after you and they pile up on top of you, and it's just absolutely ridiculous. There's no point stealthing around. And as far as I can see, there's no point in becoming the ruler of England. Well, when the guards just come after you and beat you up all over the place. It just seems stupid. What I would like to see in future DLC, and I know this probably won't happen, and Ubisoft, well, they're not going to watch this video, and they're definitely not going to listen to me. Why the hell would they listen to me? But if Ubisoft was to ever to release new DLC, what I'd like to see is maybe some expansion on the ruling mechanics. You know, once you've taken over England, maybe expand on your role as a ruler. Maybe have some random events you have to deal with that affect, I don't know, your major settlement in some way. It doesn't have to be anything epic, just something. And remove distrust areas. Once you've made an alliance with the people of that region, the guards should not attack you in that region anymore, not unless you wreak havoc, unless you start killing civilians or whatever. The guards should not attack you anymore. The distrust areas should just go away. That's what I'd like to see in future DLC, or a future patch even. That would be wonderful. Now, Ragnarok is coming out soon. That's the next big release. And you know what? I'm not hyped for it at all. I'm not going to get it. I don't care much for it. I don't care for the look of it either. I never cared for Assassin's Creed Valhalla's fantasy stuff. You know, all those missions where you go to, you meet, where you play as Odin and you go around, the magical realm, and you have to fight all these giants, frost giants. I don't care for that. It just, I don't play an Assassin's Creed to play some sort of fantasy warrior character. I can play that character in any other game out there. God of War, Skyrim, you name them. The Elden Ring, which has just hit shelves. Those are fantasy games, and I play those games to be a fantasy character. I don't want to play Assassin's Creed to be a fantasy character. I don't. Especially not Valhalla. I want to be a Viking warrior, conquering lands and leading my warriors. That's what I want to be, so I don't care for the new DLC. I don't care for it. Not at all. So I'm not going to buy it. I'd rather they release another country for you to explore. I like the Ireland DLC and I like the Paris DLC. Maybe release Scotland. I know we got the Isle of Skye as a free patch, but maybe release a bit of Scotland or something like that. That would be great. But it's very unlikely that they will do that. But at least patch out all this dumb stuff. Get rid of distressed areas. Ubisoft, you'd make me happy if you were to do that. That would be wonderful. Thank you. That's all I have to say. Good night. And Godspeed.
I'll take ya!